Hello. Cheers. Who's out there? Anybody just watched my live stream on Just the Way You Are? Billy Joel? I was almost not going to do the Auld Lang Syne live stream because I've been teaching since 9 o'clock this morning. But trying to stay to my commitments. So anybody out there? Type in the chat. If nobody types in the chat within 1 minute, or no, not even 1 minute, 10 seconds, and I'll cancel it. Type in the chat if you're out there. Tell me who you are. You got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It's the final countdown. 4. Yukon. Okay, I'll do it. I was just making sure somebody's out there watching. Cheers. Thanks for joining, Yukon. Anybody else out there? You ready to talk some chord theory, chord melody, chord reharmonization on Auld Lang Syne? I put a PDF on Patreon. I like that. That's very optimistic. Yeah, you didn't catch my live stream on Just the Way You Are, huh? I just did Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are. Process video is 1 hour and 8 minutes long. So I'm going to make this one probably a little bit short, probably less than an hour. Okay. Oh, you missed it. Pretty good lesson. I just learned the whole song myself. So that's why it's a process video, because I'm showing how I would learn a song, the considerations. So right now I'm going to go over Auld Lang Syne in the easy key of G. You've got the PDF that there's a link for in the description. It just looks like this, key of G, super, super easy, okay? And I'm just going to leave this video up for today as well. These videos get archived on Patreon and on YouTube members. But I think this song deserves some love during this time of the year, since it should be played because it's tradition. So we have key of G. Check this out. Relying on sheet music. Don't look at the music. All on one string, okay? Except for the pickup note. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Okay, so we got G. Should old acquaintance be D? We're in the key of G, so it's 1, 5, 1. Forgot and now G. I would put a G7 here. It doesn't say that, but we want those secondary dominants. Many of you already know what I said. Get the PDF in the description. I'm not going to keep holding it up. Just grab it from the PDF, and the link is in the description. And it's free. So when I always say this, when the 1 turns to dominant, where does it want to go? Yukon. Where does it go? Where does the 1, when the 1 turns to dominant, that pulls us to what chord number? Very, very important to know this. The 4. See? Thanks, Yukon. So turn that. It doesn't show it on the chart, but this is the first substitute I'm going to do. 1 to the 4. Put that dominant 7 like this. And then back to the 1. Should old acquaintance be forgot? Gotta get that B7 chord. It's money. Secondary dominance. And that all falls under this. And this is how Barry Harris got his diminished concept right here from that D7 to the B7. It's relationship of the third. D7, B7. And because you can use the same dim 7. You jazzers know what I'm talking about. And then C major. Days of Auld Lang Syne. So we're in the key of G. We got the 1, 5. Back to the 1. Turn that to dominant. Pull us to the 4. Should old acquaintance be forgot? Gotta get that B7 in. And Auld Lang Syne. And now I want to talk about jamming, having fun with Auld Lang Syne. I'm just goofing around with chords. 1, 5, 1. Turn that 1 to dominant to the 4. Back to the 1, 5, 5 the 6, 4, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1 to the 4. Back to the 1, 5, 5 of the 6. You gotta get that movement there. But there's something really hip that we can do. Hi Jeffrey, good to see you again. Just do that. Just go D7, D sharp dim. That's what I'm saying is that's the dim 7 sub that you jazzers all know about. And then instead of C major, go to E minor, the 6. Sounds a little bit more sentimental and bittersweet. In Auld Lang Syne. Got it? 1, 5. 1, 1 dominant to the 4. Back to the 1, 5. Get that diminish. 2, 5, 1. So what I did there at the very end there, I know it just says D7, but I put a 2, 5 instead of C major, D, 2, 5, 1. So I'm jazzing it up a little bit. So let's talk about this, how to jazz up this chord progression. By the way, if you guys are just tuning in, we're getting some people, Yukon, you had faith. I had faith too. I just was goofing around, being dramatic. So we're looking at this lead sheet. Key of G. We all love G, guitar players. We all love our G chords. Yeah, G. All right, so we're gonna jazz it up. So we already did our little funky rock version of it. But actually, let's do it again. 1, 5. 1, 1 dominant, 4. That's how easy this song is, okay, to memorize it. Don't just rely on sheet music, even though it's for free and it's right there in the description. Grab it so that you can see and learn it this way with me. 1, 5, 5 of the 6. And instead of going to the 4, go to the 3 or 6. Sounds a little bit more bittersweet. And then 2, 5, 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 5. 1, 1 dominant to the 4. Back to the 1, 5. Let's do the diminished sub for the B7, and then your choice, C or E minor. I like the E minor, and then D7 again. Okay, so now let's talk chord melody. How do we come up with a chord melody? Well, I'm going to talk about a few more substitutions in the process. So we got the G. We could do G triad. We could do G major 7. We could do G6 9. This is going to get a little bit jazzy here, you guys. So G6 9. Now, it says just G for a full measure, but I know that G major 7 can go to G6. So on the second half of the measure, I'm going to go to E minor 7. And that's where we get these jazz chord movements, 1 6 2 5, the most common jazz progression. So we have this G major 7, E minor 7. Now it says D7 on the paper, but as a jazz player, I know I could put an A minor 7 in front of that to create movement. Then go to D7. And then back to G. So just right there, this is what we have. 1 6 2 5. We love 1 6 2 5. Check it out. 1 6 2 5 1. Okay. Let's do that again. G major 7, E minor 7. The melody is right there in these shapes. You don't have to do anything. Just pluck the right string. A minor 7. You gotta get that note though. That's a D13. And then G. Now G7, C major 7. You get the bass be fancy. But G, G7, G7, C major 7. See how nice that is? So again, we're jazzing it up. Instead of just G, D7, G, G7, C, we're going G major 7, E minor 7, A minor 7, D7, G, G7, C, major 7. Back to G. Now I'm doing G6 9. I might just do G major 7. Now, check this out. It says D7, B7. See where it says D7, B7 here? I'm thinking, what can I put in front of the D7 to give it more movement? Thanks, James. Good to see you again. In front of D7, you can put A minor 7. And in front of the B7, James, I'm going to ask you, what chord can you put in front of the B7 to give it that movement, the jazz movement that we want? What chord? What goes in front of B dominant 7? So here's B7. But in front of that, we put the 2 chord, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, because it's going to go to E minor. This is a reharmonization of it. So you can go A minor 7, D7, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, B7, E minor, and then 2 5 1. That's it. 2 5, then the 6. Quick change, 2 5 1. So we can do all our favorite jazz chord progressions here. Slowly, G major 7, E minor 7, A minor 7, D7, D13, G major 7, G7, C major 7, G6 9, E minor 7. That's 1 6. And then here comes a fancy 2 5. Let's do it again. G7 starter. Forget what I was doing there. That was E minor 7. A minor. A half dim. I want to do one thing here on that G7 chord. I want to put F in the bass. So here's G, put F in the bass. We did this the other day on Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely as a second chord. You can do it like this. I like it here, triad, put F in the bass. And then the C major 7, let's put the E in the bass. Gives it a little darker vibe to it. So check it out now if we do chord melody. They reharmonize, but that F in the bass is really sweet. G6 9, or maybe like this, just G major, E minor 7, quick change, D7, F sharp half dim, 2 5, a lot of 2 5 1s. Let's keep going. You guys got it? Let's do it again. 1 6 2 5 1, dominant to the 4, 1 6. I would put F sharp half dim, B7, E minor, 4 5 1. Now we can improvise a little bit. Few 5. I'm just exploring. There's an error, but I just keep going. 1 6 2 5. I'm just gonna keep going until I just really screw it up. 1 6 2 5 to the 6. Again. There you go. There's our jazz arrangement for Auld Lang Syne, We started really simple, really basic, jazz it up. We can even take it to another level and add more diminished chords, more passing chords, some borrowed chords, some minor, some bass line movement. Those are all things to consider when coming up with an arrangement. So I'll make this one short and sweet. Hopefully that will keep you guys busy at learning this one for the new year. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Cheers.